Hello, Libra. Hello, Libra. This is Adrian Obi. I never know what I'm going to say anymore. Adrian Obi of Astrology, ALookInside.com, coming to you with your astrological reading for the month of February 2019. And hold on, Libra, I need to get some lip gloss on here. Sometimes lip gloss is needed. This was dry and it needed gloss over it. There we go. Much better. Much better. And I know how you Libras would be so irritated by seeing the imperfection of that lip gloss. Have fun. That would have drove you crazy. So, okay. Well, I'm going to just look at this for a second and just get a good vibe for what is going on and what I really want to say to you. I'm picking up my magic amethyst right here. Just want to hold on to that. So I have that energy with me as I discuss this and pull out the information that needs to come out for you guys. It is now officially the 1st of February. I will say that Venus is going into Capricorn on the 3rd. And you guys officially have a lot of Capricorn down in your 4th house. I mean, I'm just going to go ahead and start there. I've been skirting around Capricorn for a lot of signs, but I'm going right into for the kill with you guys. So, Libra, you got Saturn, Pluto, and Venus in your solar 4th house. That's down low in your chart. Very low in your chart. In fact, well, it's the lowest area in the chart. It's the 4th house. The 4th house normally rules things like home, family, houses, property, security, comfort, food, family get-togethers, nurturing, caring, the mother, compassion. I'm trying to think if there's anything else. Well, tears, care, you know, all of those things that where you're actually giving and caring and helping and healing each other. And also the family unit, the structure. It's the structure of the family unit that makes it so strong. You know, I did a reading for Aries. And when I did the reading for Aries, I won't lie, I went off on Aries a little bit last month. And it's because I saw where the Aries persona and some Taurus, the family structure was left behind. They just had no time for their family. Totally left them behind. Many families were left behind. And I hope you poor Libras weren't part of that, where you felt like you got left behind or you got played by a partner, you know, maybe from October, November, December. And now you're coming out of that and you're a little nervous now because your partner that you believed in played you. But with Saturn and Pluto and Venus in the 4th house, it tells me it's just a time to solidify things. I don't know if it's necessarily a time of extreme growth or pushing forward, but it's a time to solidify things, like secure your home, secure your family, buy new furniture if necessary, stock up the food in case of emergency, make sure you have extra water, extra rations, you know, take care of things that you need for your family life and that type of thing. And Saturn is there. Usually Saturn doesn't like being in the 4th house. You see, Saturn belongs on the opposite side of the chart in the 10th house. So Saturn is not home. And what's odd is that on the other side of your chart right now, we've got the North Node in Cancer, because it is transiting Cancer right now. And it is also very unhappy because, well, Cancer doesn't belong in the 10th house. Cancer belongs in the 4th house. These are flip-flopped, and they're not happy about it because they've got planets or influences in them right now. So one of the things that I notice is that Saturn in the 4th house is indicative of having a father in the 4th house. What makes that so weird is that the 4th house is the natural house of the mother. But with Saturn there, it's almost like we're getting a fatherly or male or patriarchal influence in the house of the mother. I'm just hoping that there's no family heaviness that comes through having Saturn in the 4th house. I would say with Pluto in the 4th house that Libras in particular, and I hope that you haven't been doing this up until now, it's a good time to avoid coldness and power trips. Like, if I could see if you had someone that lived with you, that they might have felt like you went on some crazy power trip, or that you might have felt like you were threatened by someone that was on some weird power trip, or who was underhanded or sneaky or not trustworthy. Because Pluto is there, and Pluto is the ruler. Well, it's the Lord of the underworld. So you got the Lord of the underworld in your 4th house, in your house, in your comfort, in your sanctuary. And Saturn's there, all heavy and loaded and restricting and constricting. You might feel like you can't breathe sometime, like you're up here with responsibilities that have taken over your life. Like, wow, I owe this bill and I owe that bill, and I've got all these responsibilities and all these people that are counting on me, and there's so much I got to do. But one of the beautiful things that is going to happen and comes in on the 3rd, that means we've got about 2 days, because I'm running late making these and it's the 1st already. But on the 3rd, Venus gets into Capricorn. In other words, Venus comes into that 4th house, and Lord, is that wonderful. It's really going to help to smooth things over in the 4th house altogether. So what seems so heavy and hard, suddenly you're just going to feel like you can beautify your home and can put pretty things in it, and it'll be much more pleasant, and you'll, it's just a more better vibe and flow wherever Venus is. And in this case, it's going to be in your 4th house of comfort and just relaxation. I always think of the 4th house as people, I always see like either a family sitting around a table with a turkey or something like that, or I see where it's like just people sitting around watching Netflix or something. You know what I mean? It's family, it's home, it's home life, it's family. So, excuse me as I put my little thing came out. So silly. But that's the thing. Family, building a structure for your family, building a new family, whatever structure for a family that you build now, whatever you put in place for a new family, or a strong foundation for family and love, that's a strong foundation that will last for ages. Because whatever that's built with Saturn lasts for ages. And in your case, you're building your foundation, literally your foundation of life. Okay? So you're building your comfort. You're building your security. You're building, hopefully, a family, or, a strong structure, a foundation. All of that is there. You're the father, the patriarch, the ruler of your home, and you're going to fill your home with beauty and music and beautiful things, and there should maybe even be a lot of power in your home. You might find that there's a sense of power. Maybe you do something that makes your house the most powerful, or even possibly even the most scary house on the block, since Pluto is there. I can see you have the scariest house on the block. The Lord of the underworld is in your house. Now, I'm not saying he's actually in the house, but, I would be interested in knowing how many Libras or Libra rising people have had things happen around the house or family, because it'd be interesting information. On the 4th of February, there's going to be a new moon in Aquarius, and that's going to be in your solar 5th house of romance. It's a new moon in Aquarius. It's going to be at 15 degrees of Aquarius, and the sun's going to be at 15 degrees and the moon's going to be at 15 degrees, and they're both going to be in that solar fifth house of Aquarius. What makes it so cool is that Mercury is going to be in Aquarius at about 10 degrees, I think, at that same time. So you're going to have the beneficial planet or luminaries of sun and moon, but also Mercury, a very thinking sign, and that is going to be, or planet, and that is going to be in your 5th house of romance. Romance and love. And we're just a few days away from Valentine's Day. So, you know, I'm seeing at least for the 2 weeks after the 4th. So until at least, you know, the 20th or the 19th, when it gets into Virgo, just the whole essence of love is just, I feel that sense of love that's going to emanate from you in the month of February. And you will be getting love, receiving love, and giving love too, I believe. Because that is the 5th house. It's the natural house of love and romance. Children is also found here, taking chances, taking a risk-taking, gambling, playing the lotto, dancing, and dating. Dating is here. So I could see that after the 4th, you may feel an urge to start dating, or at least talking to people about dating. That is a possibility, because romance is high in February for the first couple of weeks. And don't forget that you do have Jupiter in, we all do, but Jupiter is in Sagittarius, and that's in your 3rd house. That's local communication, or communication and local travel. It's sextile, and it's going to be sextile the sun and moon in that 5th house. So I could see local travel, traveling to go see a date or a romantic partner or a romance brewing, or you're talking to someone about a romance, and that could be it, that you are communicating a great deal with this partner. There is some emphasis, the last bit of emphasis of the Uranus and Mars. Mars is progressing into the 8th house of Taurus, and so you will have Mars in Taurus. But Uranus is kind of teetering right there at 29 degrees, really kind of causing maybe some havoc in your 7th house of relationships, maybe going out like a lion, you know what I mean? Because it's going back into Taurus. And right now it could be affecting like your partnerships. You might feel like your partnerships are just a little bit like crazy or weird or off kilter right now, or you just can't figure them out, or sudden. You might have come across people that you met them suddenly, maybe out somewhere, and or you met someone and you find out that they're crazy, and now you're kind of stuck with that person, or something to that effect. But just know it's temporary, and Uranus is going out of the 7th house of partnerships, and it's going to go into the 8th house of money. Now, this is crazy, because the 8th house can usually, it rules the money that other people give to you. But with Uranus there, it could mean that the money that other people give to you, it could be proved to be a little erratic. Or you might hear some sudden insane news about money and how, how money affects you. With Mars there, I could see the possibility of people receiving additional monies. Now, this can also indicate some crazy over-the-top sex and a sudden increase in sex with Mars in the 8th house, because Mars in the 8th house does rule sex, money and sex. So, and also just talking out things, like if you were to go and see a professional. Okay, so sometimes things happen when I do these readings. Right now, I'm seeing weird things before my eyes. Yeah, I was starting to feel like I was getting, like, I don't want to say spots before my eyes, but like sudden, like, yeah, I'm still getting it. It's still like every once in a while it gets like it's hazy, or I'm seeing something in my eye, or that I need to close my eyes. Now, it is 5:30 in the morning. I haven't had a lot of sleep. I just wanted to get some kind of readings out for you, Libras, and I also still have to do Leo, and I'm just been so behind in so many things, and I'm trying to catch up. But I'm hoping I'm okay, and that this is, you know, maybe this is happening because I need to tell you guys something about this. I don't know. So weird. Really, stars before my eyes. Stars before my eyes. Stars before my eyes. Stars. Stars. Oh my God. You know, you've got that North Node in Cancer up in the 10th house. And as I mentioned, you got a lot going on in Capricorn down at the bottom. But that North Node, you know, Cancer is up at the top of your chart. And a lot of people don't give Cancer the props it deserves, because people forget that Cancer is the natural house of publicity and just being out like public. You think of publicity, I think of Cancer. They're very good with the public because they appeal to the emotions of people. Cancer has the ability to appeal to the emotions. And the North Node is there, but it's in the 10th house. Now, yeah, the North Node doesn't belong in the 10th house, it belongs in the 4th house. But when it's there, it's just saying that the emphasis needs to be in that 10th house. It needs to be in the area of Cancer right now. And that you need to focus wherever Cancer is. Well, in your case, it's in the 10th house. That's career. That's your reputation. That's what you're like, whatever you attain. That's the way people think about you. Just all of those types of things. So the image that you're giving off right now is very, well, caring and nurturing and giving and helpful and kind and generous and loving and family oriented. And you know, someone is like, come on in, let me feed you, you know, one of those type of things. So this is one of those things that you might need to learn how to become more of, because it might be foreign to you. I mean, you got Saturn down in the 4th house, you don't really want to invite anyone in. But learning how to be more nurturing and to give to others. And for some reason, it's in a public place, so I can see you doing things publicly. And maybe that have to do with publicity or something like that, but it's public. And then finally, I'm going to discuss the full moon, and then I guess I'm going to get to Leo when I wake up, because I literally have stars before my eyes. Like, my eyes are... There's just something going on with them. It's so strange. Okay, so we've got the full moon that's coming up on the 19th in the sign of Virgo. And this full moon is going to be falling in your 12th house of Virgo. And amazingly, it's going to be opposed by the sun in your 6th house that same day on the 19th. The crazy thing, and I've been talking about it in several videos, is that it's occurring at 00.42, not quite a degree. So it's a very, 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 very beginning stages of Virgo and a very, very, very beginning stages of Pisces. And this is going to be the axis between the 12th house, which is your hidden motivations, your hidden thoughts, your subconscious or unconscious things that we do, and then the 6th house, which is like your health, or your work that you do, or how you heal yourself and others. It's really a very helping, healing place to have the sun. And it also is indicative of someone who is really having a kick-ass moment with their career, or not so much a career. I'm wondering if this is going to let me record over top or at the end of this, or if it's going to record over it. I'm really concerned right now. Let me just go ahead and say what I'm gotta say. I was saving the other one, so hopefully I'm going to be okay. So what by the way, I lost everything I was, well, not everything, but started to do this recording, and I lost something, so I'm hoping that this is going to record at the end of it. Oh, let's hope. So anyway, I was talking about the full moon, which is in Virgo in the 12th house, and the sun, which is going to be in Pisces in the 6th house. This tells me that you're going to have a lot of emphasis in the area of your work because of Pisces in the sun, the emphasis that's going to be there. It's very compassionate. There is just like this theme of sweetness and compassion that just seems to be floating through your chart. It's very, very sweet. It's very, very caring, very nurturing. I see a really positive, beautiful moment with your career, especially if it's something creative, just something really positive and uplifting, because Pisces tend to be positive and uplifting. Now, mind you, Virgo is a little bit more analytical and rational, but it's going to be in the 12th house. So even though it's a full moon, I'm not sure how much analytical or rationale is going to be occurring when it's happening up in that full moon like that. So we'll see how that works out. Anyway, I'm a little nervous about what this tape is doing, and I just don't want to record over everything that I recorded before. And so I'm going to go ahead and stop this video. I'll probably do an update during the month, Libra. I think I got most of the message that I needed to get out to you today. And I just want you guys to, you know, be cautious, though, on the 19th with that Virgo full moon in the 12th house, that you don't go, you know, crazy somehow. It's, you know, the 12th house is the house of self-undoing. So I could see a lot of drinking, a lot of drugging, a lot of, you know, whatever. So just be really cautious about that day. And, of course, I'm going to end on that note, and let's pray that this is getting recorded and it's not recording over what I need to not be recorded over. And I want to also just say to all of you Libras, because you're ruled by Venus, happy Valentine's Day. And namaste. Bye now.